How was week one? How was the course?
Man, I love the course, man. You break it down so well. Like I'm loving the course right now. Like I'm truly feeling like I understand recruitment. Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying the course. I'm enjoying the just the way that you break it down, the processes between clientele and candidates. I love how you expound on like just um yeah, like the like why candidates need like a virtual marketing specialist and why clients need virtual marketing specialists. And I'm enjoying the course so far. So I'm ready to just get into week two and just truly start to like, let it sit in my brain and really start to take action.
Yeah, that's amazing, man. I'm really, really happy to hear that because that's what I designed it in such a way that week one, I wanted everyone who joined the program to just have that confidence of, oh, that's how it's done. Okay, like
Yeah.
that light bulb moment. So did you feel that light bulb moment as you're watching it?
Yeah. Yes. Bro, I'm like the other courses didn't explain it like how you explaining it on these courses. Like I truly love your course.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. Appreciate it, man. So, in terms of your mindset from last week, or let's just say before you joined the course and before you watch week one to where you're at now, what do you think is the difference? Like, how big is that difference, and what is the main differences between that?
Um, like as far as mindset, oh yeah, as far as mindset, like I'm ready to go. Like I'm starting to feel like I'm ready for action. I'm ready to start having a certain schedule, like how I want to start taking action with this recruitment stuff. Like before I didn't really have that. Like it was just more like kind of free forming everything, whether it was just with work. And it's like now I'm starting to realize like, okay, I need to set schedule, I need to set time whenever I'm gonna work on it. And like my mindset is truly just on like, get ready for something that's big that's about to happen.
Hmm.
So
And
like I'm just ready.
I remember when we spoke on the phone,
Yeah,
or last time we spoke just before you came onto the course. You were a little bit hesitant in the sense of you wanted to wait until you got some money come through. But then obviously we were able to work out like a split payment. Sorry, can you hear me? You just crashed. You,
you cut it out just a little bit. I'm
I
sorry,
got
I
you.
didn't. Can you say
I
it
got you.
again?
No worries. No worries. I got you. I'll start again. So the question that I had was, when we spoke over the phone initially, before you joined the program and we were speaking about it, you were a little bit hesitant because I think you wanted to wait till you got some more money through before you joined the program itself. And then
Exactly.
I was able to help you with that split payment. So the
Exactly.
question I had was, do you think that that was a good decision that you made to join the program?
Yes. It was a great decision. Like, well, I already like when I talked to you face to face, like I truly trusted you. A lot of people is like, okay, I don't trust, but I truly trusted like your course and just the way that you explain recruitment just through your YouTube videos. So when I was able to talk to you face to face, I was like, man, let me go ahead and actually, make this payment. And I am dealing still with like the money thing and stuff like that. But like I'm so happy that I went ahead and made that payment. And now I'm getting ready to do this course because it's time, man. It's a lot of time. It takes time to actually like truly understand this stuff and understand getting candidates and clients and stuff like that. So I'm so happy that I started early.
100%, man, 100%. And just the last question before we really dig into your experience and your questions that you have for me. The question that I had, you just kind of touched upon it, which was, it takes years and years of experience to really master something. So you just broke out again. Yeah, got you now. So yeah, the question I had for you, Alex, was you mentioned that it takes years and years to really master something, right? And I think that that's a really mature, level-headed thing to say because there's a book by Robert Greene called Mastery, and he speaks about having to put in 10,000 hours into one thing before you can really master something, right? And I think that that's true.
Yeah,
And for myself, I've got way more than 10,000 hours worth of recruitment experience. So
I
when you're
got you.
watching just week one, I mean, I'm not sure if you've had a chance to go into week two yet, but just from week
Just a,
one, what you've seen in week one, do you feel as though you've skipped, years and years of trial and error to get the information that you've got right now instantly?
yeah, for sure. Because there was simple things like it was simple things that I was like, I wouldn't say I was doing wrong. It was just didn't need to be. It wasn't needed. Just just how you was explaining about like just the website and even how you explained um like how you don't want to put recruitment in your job. I mean, not in your job, but like your email or like even your website and stuff like that. Like I put recruitment on my stuff, and I'm thinking like, okay, like it was just little things that you was giving me. I was just like, dang, like I really like other courses wasn't telling me this. And I just like I truly feel like I'm ahead of the game now that I'm taking your course.
100%, man. I believe it. And look, just speaking from my experience, my background, whenever I was up against any recruiters, whether it was working in the same team, same organization, or whether I'm going up against other recruiters with clients, more often than not, I'm making the placements or I'm at the top of the leaderboard. And it's all down to this process. Not everyone was given the same kind of mentorship and tools and obviously my own understanding as well of how people think, because recruitment in a very big way is about psychology, right? And as you go
Yeah.
through the course, you're going to realize how I've been able to filter down and really strip down conversations to
Mhm.
focus on that psychology of each person. And it's very simple when you have the script, but
Yeah.
infinite number of words and how to infinite number of possibilities of sentences. What you're going to see in the course are the specific questions, the specific sentences that you need to say in order to get the best information and to get the control over your candidates and your clients. And so, this is what you're going to experience as you go through the course. I don't want you to feel overwhelmed. I hope you understand that it's literally following the scripts, following the templates. That's what it's going to do for you. So in terms of being ahead of the game, I think one thing I always say to people is once you've done your first placement following this process, everything will just be like, ah, that's how it's done. And after
Yeah.
that point, and I say this to all the students that make their first placement, whenever they make their first placement, and I'll say it to you, Alex, when you make your first placement, is that you will never go hungry now. Once you're able to do that one placement, every single thing will just click into place. And you'll be like, dang, that's how easy it can be, right?
Mhm.
So following this process, we're going to focus on becoming a specialist, right? So you're a specialist in a particular field, focus on a particular skill set. That's what you specialize in recruiting for. You're going to find the managers, the hiring managers that need that skill set, that need that computer language or need that, I don't know, that type of engineer or that type of doctor or whatever it might be, whatever niche you're going for, and we'll speak about that in a second. But wherever that niche is, wherever that specialism is, that's what you're going to grow your network. You're going to grow your database with
Mhm.
only people that want that. And then on
I
the up,
love that.
do you get it?
I, yeah, I love that because I was using like Apollo IO for a while and stuff like that. Do
Mhm.
do you do you use that?
No, I don't.
And okay, yeah. I was using like it's like one of those like little systems where you can find clients and things of that nature, or you can strip clients from like LinkedIn profiles, or
Mhm.
like if you're using LinkedIn Sales Navigator, you can strip like clients from like LinkedIn profiles with this one little system.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I like how you explained that, how you basically was talking about how you can really just get all of your leads from your candidates.
Mhm.
And you know what I mean? Like that's why I like being able to. That's really a better way to build relationships with your candidates and clients. You know, so I'm like, yeah,
Because look, when it comes down to the practicality of it, when I'm speaking to, for example, when I'm working in the mechanical design engineering field, as an example, and I'm speaking to a client who, let's say, for example, they make conveyors or they make machinery for the food and beverage industry. Now, there's not that many companies that do that. So if I make a placement with one of them, or if I even get an interview for a candidate with one of them, then
mm-hmm,
I'm going to the other ones and saying, look, I've just got interviews, and I'll even send the candidates. I'll say, these are the candidates that have just got interviews with this company. Do you want to have a chat with them as well? Because they've got the skills that they want. So surely you'll
mm-hmm,
want them as well, right? And this is
yeah,
how you can use the same pool of candidates. Once you get, it's all about the first, Alex. So the first time a client says yes to an interview, you can
mm-hmm,
then exponentially increase your odds of making a deal because not only does that one client have a job, have a vacancy, they're serious because they want to interview one of your candidates, but then you can obviously send more candidates, and that's part of the process. If a client interviews one of your candidates, you got to
mm-hmm,
make sure you get multiple interviews on that job. So you got to get at least two other candidates, so three interviews as a minimum on each vacancy that you're working to really
yeah,
cement your chances of making a placement there. But
yeah,
those three candidates or those four candidates or those five, however many candidates are interviewing, you then
mm-hmm,
send them out to all the other companies in the area and you tell them these people have got interviews with this company. You don't need to hide anything. So
mm-hmm,
these people have got interviews with this company. They're actively looking on the market right now.
mm-hmm,
Are you interested in interviewing any of these for yourselves? And then that's how you then get more interviews. And then what happens? You've got candidates who have multiple interviews for you. So not only do you have jobs with multiple interviews, and again, this is all in the course JMIs, right? So a
mm-hmm,
JMI is a job with multiple interviews. So you
yeah,
get start off with the job with multiple interviews, and then you've got say three or four, five candidates in for interview. Then you want to get each of these candidates
mm-hmm,
more interviews. Say another company wants to interview them. Then what you're
mm-hmm,
doing is then you're not only securing the chances of you making a placement with the client because you've got the multiple
yes,
interviews there, but you're actually securing the candidate's next job as well because they've got two interviews through you. So from all aspects, this is really going to boost your chances. And let's say, for example, two clients make an offer on one candidate. Well, you definitely know you're going to do a deal, right? So then it's
yeah,
about
yeah,
how do you play the two against each other, right? How do
yeah,
you know that it's going to be the right thing for the candidate and all those types of things. But
okay,
that's what this model can do. If you're just like a kind of like a generalist, you're kind of just going for anyone, you can never do that. You can never send your engineers to, like a logistics company or a healthcare company. Does that make sense?
you hear me?
Yeah, I got you now. I got you now.
Okay,
Did
hey,
you catch all that or did it break up at some point?
no, you were just basically talking about like well, once you got uh a certain amount of candidates, you can send them over to um no, once you got it, you can send them over to like different like other companies around the area. That's where you kind of stop.
Yeah, yeah. And so I guess just to kind of conclude on that, the benefit of that is the fact that, if you're like a generalist, you're just going for
Okay.
anyone and everyone, you can never
Yeah,
send the same candidates to different companies, right? Because it's just going to be random, right? But if your whole
yeah,
database is just for that one thing, then
yeah,
every candidate that you send is going to be relevant for that one thing.
yeah,
So you're just saving yourself time. You're making yourself look good in front of your clients because every time you email them, it's on point.
yeah. It's on point. Yeah,
It's on point every single time. They
mhm,
can't deny it. They might say we're not looking. Hey, we're not looking right
yeah,
now. Okay, cool.
mhm,
No worries. When are you going to be looking? If anyone even says to you anything back, We can use that to build a relationship. We can use that to then make a deal with them at some point. We're not looking
Mhm.
right now. Okay, cool. What did you think of the CVs anyway? Yeah, they look like good CVs. Well, look, that's all I do is this. That's all I specialize in. That's why the CVs that you're getting are so good. Let me come down and meet you for half an hour. I'll see what your site is like. And then when you are recruiting, I'll already have 5 candidates perfect for you lined up so that it doesn't take you time to actually find a person. We just get the right person in for you as soon as possible. Is that something that you're open to? So then you go in for a meeting with them, you sit down with them, you look at the site, you build that relationship for half an hour, you have a coffee with them, you find out what their requirements are, what type of people they look for. You just send them CVs every now and again. Then they'll say, "Okay, I'll interview." It's very,
Okay.
very
So
once
like
you get into it,
when
it's very simple.
yeah, so like when you do get like a candidate who no, I mean not candidate, a client that was like, oh, here we're not looking right now. You just save them into like your CRM system and just wait until like a little bit later till you want to go ahead and send out some more.
No, so
Yep.
if they say we're not looking, I'll always try
Mhm.
to open up a conversation. So I'll always say something like, "Okay, um, if they're responding off of the back of me sending them candidates." So are you there? Or did you cut out? Yeah, I got you now. Oh, I'll give it a sec. Yeah, I got you now.
Hear me? Okay.
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, so if someone says to you that we're not looking right now, uh,
Mhm.
it depends what you say to them depends on how they've come to you. So if you've sent them CVs and they've responded to you by saying we're not looking right now, then you just open up the conversation. You say, that's fine. What did you think of the CVs?
Okay.
Right? So then
Yeah.
that gets them talking. They might
Yeah,
say
that gets
they might not say a lot, but they might just say, "Yeah, CVs look good." But and they'll always give a bit more information each time. So they'll say CVs look good, but we won't be looking until early Jan, right?
okay. Mhm.
Just as an example, right? So they might say to you, like today, if you got an email, they might say, okay, we won't be looking till early Jan, which is like 7 months away from now. So you can say to them, look, that's not a
Yeah.
problem. Obviously we can't predict the future. People leave at any time as well. So it's good that we're hitting the mark with the CVs. Are there any other skills that you would want to see on a person's CV that would make you want to interview them if you were looking? So you play the
Yeah.
hypothetical questions, right?
Yeah.
They might say, okay, cool. These CVs, they've got this, but really what we need is this, right? This thing. Then you're
Mhm.
like, cool, this thing is just all it is a keyword. You type it
Yeah,
into
like a keyword.
you get it. You just type that keyword into your job site or your CV library or Monster, whichever job board you're going for. That's it. You chuck that in, then you're really nailing down what this person wants, right? And using the CRMs, you can code your clients. So you can, for example, add that skill set as a code to your client, and then if you get a candidate that has that skill set, you can send it directly to all the people that are coded with that skill set. So again, it's that really targeted, specialized email send that you're doing uh,
Yeah.
to then get that reaction from these clients. So,
Okay.
so anything that they say back to you is something that you can use to move the relationship forward.
Yeah.
And and one thing that I do, which I think is really important for you to understand, is so you've got a whole process, okay, a whole chain of events that need to take place in order to get to a placement, right?
Yeah.
So you need to do all of these steps before you actually make a placement and then you get paid, right?
Exactly.
So your thought process shouldn't be on, okay, I've seen a candidate, now I'm going to get paid, or I've seen a candidate, I need to make a placement straight away. Your mindset should be, I've got a candidate, I need to get this candidate to the next stage of that process. So you take the candidate, okay, I need to email the CV out to these set of clients. Cool. That's it. I've moved it to that chain. Cool. What's the next step? Okay, now I need to call the clients and sell in those CVs. So you pick up the phone, hey, look, I've just sent you an email. Are you by your computer right now? If you are, then I can go through some of the CVs with you, and we can talk about the skills and whether they're right for you or not. Trust me, these guys have never heard recruiters talk like this. Okay.
Yeah.
So by the time you finish your sentence, they don't realize that you're a recruiter because most recruiters are annoying. Most
Yeah.
recruiters, you know what I mean? Most recruiters,
Hmm.
they're annoying. They want to make money that
Yeah.
from every conversation. What we're
Hmm.
doing, we're trying to help people get to the next stage. You got a candidate looking for a job, you need to get them an interview. You got a client
Hmm.
looking for people, you need to get them candidates. Then you need to book in the interviews. Right, cool, cool. You've done the interviews. Okay, is there a second stage? Why do we even need a second stage? Could you not do everything on the first stage? You're trying to help this process speed up as well. Okay, cool. And then you're moving across. All right, so you want to make an offer. Well, this candidate's not going to take anything less than 50K. So if your offer is less than 50K, then we might as well move on to the next set of candidates and not even give me the offer. No, no, we can go to 50K. All right, cool. The other side, we're speaking to the candidate. Hey, candidate, they're not going to offer you more than 45K. Would you accept 45K? Yeah, I'd take 45K. Okay, cool. Then do you see what I'm saying? So you're just at
Yeah.
each stage, you're pushing the client up, you're pushing the candidate down, you're creating that gap, and then when you get the offer, you know
Yeah.
that they're going to accept. You know that they're going to accept. You've got
Hmm.
more than they said they would even take.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because this happens a lot, Alex, okay, where people will get offers and they'll play around, they'll mess around. Because it's like a girl, right? It's like a girl. If you give everything to the girl straight away, she won't respect you.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, you got to withhold a little bit, maybe take a little step
Yeah.
back.
A little bit,
Right? You
yeah.
got to play that little game just to make
Yeah.
sure that there's a mutual level of respect, if anything,
Very
right?
good.
So
Mhm.
that's what this process is all about, making sure that you have control as the recruiter. But anyways,
Yep.
Alex, I've been speaking a lot. I just wanted to make sure that I submitted those things in for you. Sorry, go ahead.
Nah, you basically explained all my questions, to be honest. I like, bro, I really, bro, I really like how you go into like the difference between like a recruiter and a virtual marketing specialist, and how it's like you don't want to put yourself title as a recruiter, because when you sound like a recruiter, it's like you under somebody. It's like you're under a recruitment agency. But if you put yourself as a virtual marketing specialist, you're more so like a freelancer who specializes in like getting candidates. So I love that